All right, you're going to start with a slab of clay. You're going to work with two templates. This template will be for the sides of the box. This one is the top. So if your box is going to be like this one, you needed to cut sides that are larger and a top that is larger because the clay is going to shrink. So you have to keep that in mind when you build it. We can't make it exactly the same size or it will not fit. So you throw out a slab and you're going to need how many sides to the box? That's right, you'll need 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 top. So let's see what we can cut out of this slab here. Let's start down at the bottom. Let me turn it this way. Just trying to decide how I can get the most out of this one slab that I've cut. So I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave the slab in. I'm going to push that against there. Got this one. I like to smooth the slab because I don't really like the texture of that canvas on my work. So no, I don't need that. I'll need the one with the X on it. That's actually the top. And it's smaller and it's a square. This is a slight rectangle. Okay, so I put my scraps together. I'm just going to draw a light X on the top of that, so I know that's actually going to be the very top of the box. I'm going to set that to the side. So get these lined up. And we've got stamps. I have several stamps here. So what I'm going to do is use those to decorate these sides. But first I'm going to clean up the edges of these slabs. Just going to take a wet paper towel, a wet sponge, damp sponge, and just clean up the edges of these slabs. Get them like a nice, neat little canvas to do some art on using impressions. So I'm just going to clean each one of those. I'm going to make a border using coils. So I'm going to put a little bit of water and scratch a line. That's where I'm going to end up sticking my coil. Just to get started. So I'm going to tear the coil. It can be really precise, or it can be kind of loose if you want it to be. I'm not talking about lazy loose, I'm talking about artistically loose. See, I'm not concerned about where I'm putting these marks. And because I scored it, then I can just roll it and stick it on there, especially if I'm using a pointed tool to do that. So let me roll some more coils. This is just one idea. You can do anything you want to as long as you're doing some kind of decoration on each side and you're using the surface decoration or application of impressions. Okay, so I added the coil. Now let's see what I can do with these stamps. So maybe I want to do, maybe I'll stamp the corner on top of what I just did with this swirl. So now I have all four sides of this box, and what I'm going to do next is very important. As I join these together, what I need to do is actually cut these at a bevel. A bevel is just an angle. We're calling it a 45-degree angle. So I'm not cutting it straight, I'm cutting it at a diagonal. You see that diagonal line there? So I'm cutting it at a diagonal on the sides where the other slabs are going to make contact. So the corners are going to join together better if it's cut at an angle. Just like that. See that angle? So four of your stamps. You have four sides, and they're ready to be joined together. So you're going to carefully pick it up one at a time, score that angle that you cut. Okay, so there's one. That's one wall. Once you get it started, it's a little easier because I'm about to stand it up. So that's two walls. I'm going to put them together. Pinch those corners, make it clean and neat. And you also want to, just like on the box you made, I'm going to roll a coil, place the coil in the corner. And smooth it out. It's important to bind the corner together so it won't split. Now while you're waiting, the lid is getting harder so that you can use it and set it on top in a few minutes or tomorrow or whenever you end up doing it. Okay, so I have those walls together. I can easier this time, easily scratch, score and slip. That would be this side right here. Scratching. Join that angle together. corner. Be very careful. Watch your craftsmanship. But when the box gets leather hard and it's all together, you'll be able to handle it a little better and make this a cleaner project. Really work on the craftsmanship. So don't fuss with it right now while it's real wet. Okay. Make sure you get some slip on there. Just like that. The corners should fit right together. Use the same piece of paper, template, over and over again, so that slab should be exactly the same as this box. You score those edges. Really, if you can get it nice and deep, apply a good bit of slip, get it kind of soupy, because you're going to go back and clean up. If you spill any on the edges, it's no big deal. But you want to get it nice and deep and fluid so that when you, let's see, get this out of the way, so that when you go to put it on your lid, it'll set down in there nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch these up real well. You don't want it to crack, so you want to make sure you attach this really well. So now I'm going to put this right here, turn this box upside down. Try to line it up best I can. And just the weight of it sets in there nicely if you've dug in there deeply. And when you scored it. So once again, I'm going to roll some coils. Pack those coils into the corners. Just want to make sure these coils help it not split open. So when it stiffens up a little better, when it's leather hard, you can go to smoothing these things a lot better. And then work on your craftsmanship when the clay is a little more leather hard. So you just want it to sit overnight like this and stiffen up a little bit. You still want to put plastic on it.